Hi guys, welcome to I want to do a review of Boruto chapter 52, which is called the Baryon mode. In this chapter, it's very important to note that for the very first time, Masashi Kishimoto will be the creator and the supervisor from this chapter and going forward in the Naruto or Boruto manga. Now, this chapter kick starts with where the last chapter left off, where Naruto had entered this new mode, which is now called the Baryon mode, and now it begins where Kurama is trying to explain this mode to Naruto. And Kurama is trying so hard to explain this to Naruto, and he's saying that this is more like a nuclear fusion mode. And as always, Naruto is a little bit confused as to what this means. And this is to be expected because it's not an easy, or these are not easy concepts for Naruto. But what is particularly important to note in this instance is that Naruto and Kurama's lives are being drained away as this mode is being used in this battle against Isshiki. And that's what is important. And now when we move on in the looks of Sasuke's eye, Sasuke is surprised as to what kind of a mode is this, and also together with Boruto, both Sasuke and Boruto are surprised at this mode. But as always, Isshiki, and as well, Isshiki is also surprised that Naruto had a form like this and he had never used it before. And while he's that surprised, Naruto continues the battle and starts to attack Isshiki. And the battle goes on, and Uchiha Sasuke recognizes that this mode has enabled Uzumaki Naruto to be on par with Isshiki Otsutsuki. And it is very important to understand what that means. It means that Uzumaki Naruto is on par with Isshiki Otsutsuki, and Isshiki is the most powerful being in the Naruto or Boruto world. And we've seen Momoshiki, who was powerful but not as powerful as Isshiki. And it's very important to note that Isshiki is more powerful than Kaguya. It's more powerful than any other being that we've ever seen in the Naruto and Boruto world. And this is quite exciting to see that Naruto's form has enabled him to be on par with the most powerful being, and is exchanging blows with the most powerful being on an equal level. And now this is taxing because it doesn't come so cheap. It comes at the price, which it means that it's draining the life out of Naruto, draining the life out of Kurama as well. And this is the price that Naruto has to pay to be on par with the most powerful being, the Otsutsuki Isshiki. Now, Isshiki, using his ocular jutsu as usual, he throws some cubicle boxes into Naruto, but because of Naruto's form is too powerful, he's able to block those, and he's able to deflect them and point them towards Isshiki. As the battle continues, these guys are battling on an equal level, exchanging blows again, here and out. Isshiki is surprised that Naruto is able to stand up to him. He tries all his techniques, including throwing the chakra rods at Naruto, and those are proving to be useless against Naruto's new form. And this is particularly exciting to see because Isshiki has been troublesome for a very long time, and it's an exciting thing to see. It's an exciting development that we are seeing in this chapter, and this chapter is at the pinnacle of everything that we wanted to see. And this chapter shows that Uzumaki Naruto is really on par with Isshiki Otsutsuki, and I can tell you now, as you are listening to this review, that Uzumaki Naruto and Inshiki's battle is the most intense battle that we've ever seen since the beginning of this Boruto manga. And this is quite exciting, but there's one thing in particular that I wanted to touch on before I can even move on. As we can see that Uchiha Sasuke is standing by, and this is sort of reminds me of what always happens in Dragon Ball Z, where you see Goku battling against stronger opponents and defeating the enemies all the time, while Vegeta is on standby and watching everything. And this kind of situation resembles that of what we always see in Dragon Ball Z, where Vegeta is on standby, but he's always training hard to be strong, and he's always trying so hard to be on top. But similarly here we see Uchiha Sasuke being put on standby, and while that is happening, Uzumaki Naruto is just on another level that we've never seen before. And this is sort of like the similar thing that resembles what actually happens in Dragon Ball Z. And now moving on with the chapter, you sort of see now the writer also includes Amada and Kawaki in the scene, where Kawaki is explaining how the prostate arm looks like, and Amada is also talking about the Hokage being due for consultation with him, and basically what is happening here is that Amada is agreeing that you will be able to revive the Hokage's arm, and that's if the Hokage wins and returns to the village. That would be the case. But now on the other side, the battle between Uzumaki Naruto and Isshiki Otsutsuki continues, and as we can see that the energy of Naruto is becoming lower and lower, and Naruto recognizes that, and he also needs to continue using Kurama's advices, where Naruto doesn't have to go for the kill against Isshiki, but he has to behave like a boxer. And now that will get you thinking, if Naruto has to act like a boxer, you're thinking Muhammad Ali, you're thinking Mike Tyson. Naruto has to battle like that, where he's just fighting to get points, and as Inshiki's life gets drained away. And before we know it, Isshiki realizes that there is something different about this mode, and that as he is battling this mode, his life is being drained as well, because initially in his current body he still had 20 hours remaining of lifespan or life force. Now as he was battling in this, he realizes that there is an approximately 30 minutes left of his life, and this is coming as a surprise that this mode has this kind of an effect on him as well. And now this leads to him being desperate and wanting to stay alive in the battle. And the next thing we see that his life further diminished to about 10 minutes of lifespan remaining in his body. So then now this means that now Isshiki is really in trouble, and Uzumaki Naruto also, his chakra level are diminishing at an increasing rate, which means that this is a battle which is very intense, and anything can just happen at any given moment on this battle. As it goes on, Isshiki realizes that this is too dangerous for him, and as the battle continues, Isshiki is able to pull Kawaki from using the space-time ninjutsu, which pulls someone from a different dimension to another dimension, in this case where Isshiki is able to pull Kawaki from the Konoha village and puts him in the dimension where the battle is happening. And now Uzumaki Naruto is surprised, Uchiha Sasuke is also surprised, and Uchiha Sasuke recognizes that the situation is getting bad since Kawaki was pulled. And it is without a doubt that Isshiki is planning to revive or to reinstall the karma mark on Kawaki. And this is very, very dangerous for everyone around. And now, as this is happening, we see that Boruto is losing consciousness, and that means that Momoshiki, who's inside of Boruto, reactivates, and we sort of see that there's a possibility of us seeing the Jogan and the Rinnegan, not the Rinnegan but the Byakugan of Momoshiki, which we can see in the awakening of Momoshiki. Now, this chapter ends where Momoshiki is awake in Boruto, and it ends when Kawaki has just landed in the dimension. And there's a lot of exciting questions that this chapter will leave you with, and these exciting questions would lead you into asking these type of questions, which are: one, you would ask, who is gonna die between Isshiki and Naruto? Are they going to die in the next chapter or not? And if they survive, how are they going to survive? And another question is, if Isshiki is to survive, how will he manage to implant the karma seal on Kawaki? Will this be the end for Kawaki? And these are some of the biggest questions that one has to ask after seeing this chapter. And another question that one has to ask is the awakening of Momoshiki in Boruto. What will happen to it? Which side will Momoshiki take? Will Momoshiki take Ishiki's side, or will Momoshiki take the side of Uzumaki, Naruto, and Konoha? And these are some of the exciting things that are happening, and some of the exciting things that are being triggered in this chapter. And I tell you, this is one of the most exciting manga of all time. And if you haven't really started reading or haven't started watching this, I suggest that you do. And with that said, I think this is the last thing that I wanted to say around this chapter, and I thank you very much for staying this long in the video. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I shall see you next time.